Hey Johnny, welcome back to the stream. Gonna try this again tonight. Hello again, Pro Gamer. Hey there, Miner. Tornado Gamer, welcome. Hey Jupiter, welcome back to another stream, guys. Still getting things configured and set up here and making sure they're all good. Alright, Joseph. Sorry you can't hang around. Did my stream from last night get published? I thought it did. Miss You Plays, if I'm saying your name right. I am good today. Feel better than I did yesterday. Got some sleep, I guess, so that was good. Didn't do too much. Just been working with Zerthick. He'll be joining us in a little bit. Okay, yeah, that stream did get published. Good. We are just working on some more Avius stuff. We did a bunch of work today. Nah, Thomas, I'm not making tornado survival stuff at the moment. I am not. Does not seem to be running as smooth as it did. Oh, that's gonna get trippy. Well, if internet doesn't hold up tonight for stream quality like it did yesterday, then we'll have to abandon. But because it was running great yesterday, it seems to be struggling a little bit today. Yeah, Joseph, it'll be back on the channel after, so you're welcome to watch. Thank you, that boy. I'm glad you enjoyed the channel. Sorry I don't have very much content up anymore. Music volume good, guys? This was some, that blizzard today. The Northeast was pretty awesome. Bummed that I'm not living up there to get it, but, I mean, that's just crazy. Dang. We'll watch some YouTube videos together. Sounds like fun. Alright, I'm just trying to close some stuff to keep my stream stuff up to speed. And I lost my chat. Yeah, I mean, I'm in Florida, and I think it's about 28 out right now. Actually, we can look. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's actually only 35, but our dew point's 16. So if this wind lets up a little bit, then I think our forecast is officially down in the 20s tonight. Yeah, we got a hard freeze warning. Let's see. 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. National Alert in Tallahassee. Lows near 20. That sounds about right. So for Florida, this is cold. Although when I was up in Virginia and Pennsylvania this November and December, it was much colder than that. So anyway, I need to go back at old Avius stuff. And Yeah, it's been interesting here in Florida this year. Oh, my reaction to my first Minecraft Tornado Survival video, trust me, friends play it all the time for me, and it's just horribly cringeworthy. Pat lives? I don't know who Pat is. I don't know a Pat. I know a Patrick. California. I don't know a Pat. Are you on the West Coast? Stick? Cancer on a stick? God, that. Why would you name? What name is that? Yeah, Louisiana's been about the same as Florida recently. Not a little bit colder and a little bit snowier. So, old Avius stuff. No, I don't know a Pat in Texas. Sounds like Zerthick's here.
Hey.
What's up? Welcome to the stream.
Oh, hello.
My internet seems to not be performing as well as last night, but we'll see if it's holding up.
I see. Well, I updated the coin purse plugin.
Oh, you did? Oh, well, then we'll go ahead and do that first.
I already added it in.
Oh, you already committed it and everything?
Yeah. So you have to pull it
Oh.
down.
Oh, let me do that before I started editing. Glad you let me know. Get pull.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I need to test that out now. I want to see it.
Yeah. So. Yep. So it should work, unless I broke something. Or something else weird is going on, but I think it'll work. Yep.
Oh, I don't have the server running.
Noob.
I was like, wow, Minecraft is running great on the stream, better than last night. Oh, it's because I didn't have a server running at the same time.
Yeah, that'll do it.
By the way, guys, I don't play very much, but the rare times I play Minecraft multiplayer right now, it's on the Altitude server. So you can look the server up if you want to. If you play on it, I may show up occasionally. Play.alttd.com. ALTTD.com. That's kind of like the new Elden thing I play on.
I haven't tried it out yet, so I don't know what it's like.
Oh, you're playing 1.2.5? I would love to play some throwback old Minecraft versions. Maybe the one where they just added like potions or something. Or, of course, beta. Man, beta days. See, I guess it's one of those things where I understand why you would go back and play beta 1.7 before they added all that new adventure stuff in 1.8. Like, I understand like that was a definitive Minecraft version, but I can't really think of many versions I'd want to play. I would maybe want to play back at like 1.5 or 6 or something, where they had added the potions, the enchantments, some of those new crops and stuff, but before they added all of the new combats and some of the other new things they put in the game. Maybe even like before they had the end. There was maybe a version in there I would consider going back and playing, but otherwise, like the last 5 versions of Minecraft, I don't know why I would go back and play them when I can just I can play all of those things now. It's not like the game is too different. I think it's does that make sense?
Yeah, I think the only one that people still play a lot of is 1.7.2, and that's because that's before they got rid of all like the metadata stuff. So if you're using like resource packs that uses the metadata, like
True.
Conquest, then a
That's
lot of people
funny.
are still on.
That's funny. It's beta 1.2 and it's normal version 1.7, or I'm sorry, beta 1.7.2 and then the actual version 1.7.2 are both like definitive
Yeah,
versions people go back and play.
yeah, yeah. I think 1.12 will become like that though, or 1.13 maybe. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I updated that plugin, so hopefully it'll work.
I don't have enough funds.
Oh, you should
I,
have.
I know I got
You're
it going here. Hang on.
you're
There we go.
poor.
By the way, this is a plugin. I don't think you guys have seen this. This is a plugin Zerthick made. It's called Coin Purse. It's essentially a way to you make yourself like a wallet, but this item itself has the money. So you'll see that in my money right now, I have 390. And you can throw it on the ground, give it to another player, pick it up. Maybe mobs will sometimes drop coin purses with 5 or 10 copper pieces in it, because now you can configure, what mobs drop and stuff. Um, or you just want to trade with someone, or do a, like a formal payment, or send someone's an item through our mailboxes plugin if you want to mail something to someone across the map, or leave someone a present, and then it's a coin purse, and then we can cash it in. There you go. You've opened a coin purse containing 100 copper pieces. Beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So now it'll tell you. It'll also, if you don't have permission to
Open
open
them.
coin purses, it'll also like say you don't have permission.
Cool.
Um, but yeah,
Awesome. It
so
works.
that's how it works. Fairly kind of simple plugin. There's also the admin option that lets you create coin purses without actually like taking the money out of your balance.
Yep, I saw that one. I
So
gave that one to admins and mods,
yeah.
or just
So if
admins.
for whatever reason you were deciding to be like generous to people and like you want to shower them in money, you can create like coin purses with like 1,000 copper pieces in it or something, and then just like hand those out to people. Um, yeah, so it's kind of a neat, nifty little plugin. I think that's a good showcase of something that's not that difficult to make in Sponge that would be like extremely difficult to make in Bucket. Um, that whole thing of like attaching the data to that like ink sac item and having it to where like you can drop it, you can pick it up, you can like throw it at people, right? And like the data still carries over. Doing something like that in Bucket would be really, really hard. Um, but it's fairly easy to do in Sponge. Um, so it's
Yeah.
kind of neat. Um, oh gosh, you're looking at that old permissions file, huh?
I am. I am. Let's see how many lines of it is.
Oh
Okay, these include the
gosh.
players, though. You've got
It
4,802.
does. So you'll have
So
to
we got to
stop.
go to the end of the players. Which,
Yeah,
by the
that's
so just to show you, that was what, 4,800, and each one's by 3. So like divided on average by 3 to get a player. And
yeah.
let's see, we got down to 1,800. So that's 3,000. So there's basically 1,000. Is that right? About 1,000 different people had logged on and played Avius during its lifetime.
Yeah,
That's
that's
pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good. Wow. So it was kind of, I'd probably say we had at least 100 to 150 of those that were core players that are still kind of maybe would wait around now to get on.
Yeah.
That played pretty regularly. The rest of the people maybe got on just to see me, or got on to play a little bit and never really came back, or played one map but never came back for the other ones.
Mhm. Yeah,
So,
probably.
but otherwise we have 1,800 lines of permissions to port over. However, we have significantly less plugins now.
We do.
So that's good news, because some of them are all combined into one. So I was looking at you can see the plugin list here as well if you're watching the stream here, or where is it? This one. Uh, Here is like all the plugins we have, and we have about a third of this list length right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not nearly as many plugins as
Taxmaster. Do you keep up with that plugin still?
Oh, no, I haven't done that one yet.
Got that one to sponge. That was an
Man, that
interesting
one
one.
so old. That was actually the first
It was.
like Minecraft plugin I ever wrote. And it was so hacky because the way you entered the data was in an Excel spreadsheet, and
Yeah,
then it would
I had to do the math myself once a month.
yeah, and then I would read in this Excel spreadsheet and then use that to pay the balances. But I remember when I released it, and Axfight on Elden was like, yeah, this saves me like 30 minutes a month or whatever. Because before he used
Yeah.
to like go in and like manually type the commands for every single account.
Yeah, no, that's a good plugin that, you know, down the line
Yeah.
maybe that can get re-put in.
Well, now what I can do is I can have it where it just like you don't even have to run the command; it can just be scheduled, and it will just
True.
do all of that for you and all that fun stuff. So it's
All right, let me
I think
catch
they're
up
much
on
better.
chat here. I was ignoring chat for a couple minutes. There's more. You guys are talking more than I would expect. Yes, Michigan is colder. My reaction when I hit 1 million views, I'm not really sure because at that point I had 1 million views like years after I did that series. I was more impressed with the probably subscriber and the turnout of players towards Avius. And that was probably more what I was shocked about than just hitting 1 million. That just kind of happened, and by that point I had already had so many views on just other videos combined. Um, yeah, good to see you back here, superstar. I know it's been a while since I posted Minecraft. I've had some Animal Crossing, but I just even have some stuff I probably haven't even edited that are on my computer. Um, I would like to play that Mine Colony mod again. Um, yeah, Matt, appreciate you changing your name. There we go. The audio quality of my videos has never changed. Well, I've actually had 3 different microphones. I had an old-fashioned one from like 1999. It was a little standing up microphone on the desk, and that's the one I used before. That was actually probably one of my highest. I think that might even be a higher quality microphone than my last 2. The issue with that one was, of course, I couldn't have headphones in, and it picked up background noise. It had no filter. So when you go to my old videos, you can hear like people in the kitchen or like downstairs or in the other room doing things, and you could just hear everything that they're doing. So I had to always get the house to be completely quiet when I recorded. But I had my other headphone that plugged in, and I think that one might have been better quality sound quality than my headset I have now. But the headphone and microphone jack on my laptop broke, and I had already sent it to get fixed twice, and I didn't want to send it back for that one, so I just bought a USB wireless headset, and I've had that for 4 or 5 years. So about the same length that I've had. That's the same one. Instead of buying a new one a year ago, I just bought new ear pads for them because they had been worn out. So my audio quality is never changing because I'm too cheap.
Yes. Hmm.
Bum, 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 bum.
So I was looking at some Forge mods to see if there was anything interesting. Um, I found one mod that was kind of cool where
Hey Trixon.
it it would
Sorry, keep going.
spawn. No, you're fine. It would spawn like um, broken and like half completed Nether portals in the overworld and in the Nether. Um, and it was neat because like in the overworld it would spawn like a broken Nether portal and then there'd be like a bit of netherrack around it and like some flames and stuff. It was kind of neat. Where you can like stumble across a like half completed Nether portal, and then there was like a small chance that you could find like an already lit one somewhere. Um,
That's kind of cool.
yeah, it just seemed kind of neat. Like that almost seems like something they could add to the game. Um, but yeah, which reminds me, I need to write a plugin that prevents you from creating Nether portals unless you have like a certain permission.
Oh yeah, why did we have that function?
Why?
Yeah, because that was a
Because
thing. We had that
yeah,
before. Oh
yeah,
yeah, because it was a building in
yeah, it was
towns.
a building in the town.
Oh
Like a nether
yeah.
portal. Yeah.
Oh wow, Trixon, nice. School off because it's too cold. I believe it. Negative 30-degree wind chill. You don't have exposed skin at the bus stop. That's nice. That's right. It was a building, and that made the Nether stuff pretty rare because you had to basically travel to one of the few like the first month, no one was getting there, and you had to
Right.
travel the first bit. Man, I gotta find that web page that had like the qualifications to get to them and stuff. Like
Yeah,
all
there
the
was a
buildings you
web
had to
page.
build. God, man, there's
Yeah,
so much we gotta do for this server. It's like, oh my
I
god.
know. What do you think I've been doing for like the past 2 years?
Just making
It's been,
like these couple of plugins, but we need like 5 more now, and we need
I
all this
know.
other work. It's just like, how did we get
Yes.
Bucket to work, man?
Well, we had all these plugins written by other people for
So we
us.
just
That's
spent
that's
we
how.
just spent the 2 years getting everything else together.
Yeah, pretty much. So,
Solar Eclipse was good. I didn't get to totality because I had to be here at work. Um, It was definitely cooler than I thought, and now next time I'm going to make sure I travel for Totality, the one coming up in Texas into the Great Lakes. But anyways, I just wanted to look at this plugin list to see what else you're missing. The breeding limiter, remember the one, the breeding restrict, is that good? That's part of your permissions one now, right? Protection
Mm,
perms,
I can
restricting breeding.
prevent people from breeding. Yeah, yeah.
Meaning you
That's
have
in
to
there.
modify that plugin, or it's already a permission set in that plugin.
No, I think it's already a permission
Yeah, I think you're right.
set.
That was one we remember we had that guy, I commissioned the guy to make that one.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was
The
funny.
brewery plugin, that was the one where you made the beer, you could build the barrels, but you said that's not
Yeah,
ported yet.
not yet.
Ooh, is Bycraft ported? That was how we got our donations in game, and it automatically gave them the rewards.
I think so. Or if not, there's something that does it, or something similar to that.
Donate. I don't know what it'd be called.
I think it might be engine, maybe like EI.
Because that was Bycraft is still around. I know, and it's still good.
Yeah.
Like I really like the website. You could see who did their last donations. Our last donation was December 22nd in 2015. But I really liked how it was automatic and
Oh, the
Bycraft.net.
um.
Oh, it says it's compatible. Maybe it's on Forge, because it says it's compatible with all the latest versions of Spigot, Buget, Sponge, and Bungee Cord. So it might be a Forge.
Maybe. Yeah, I have a specific permission node for breeding
Beautiful.
entities, so we can control that. I also have one for taming, so like we can control taming
I
modes.
just searched Bycraft Sponge, and there's just sponges to buy. Minecraft. Careful Googling things on my live stream here.
Yes, you never know what Google's gonna spit out. But yeah, that's funny, sponges. Um, I can also control riding horses, so you can prevent people from riding horses. So, like, if you want like peasants that have to walk everywhere, we can do that. Uh, let's see.
So according to a commenter, they have a Bycraft Sponge, but it's not on ore. It's just on the forums, and it was still working up until, but it does no longer work with 1.12.2.
Yes.
So they'll
But
probably have to
is
update.
there a Forge version of Minecraft?
I did not look. Let's look.
Because if there's a Forge version, then let's see.
Hmm. Well, it's something we'll look for soon. If not, for
Wait,
now, we'll
I
just
know
have people
there's
donate to
something.
to you through PayPal and just have them cite that they're on the server when we get to that point.
I know there's something.
I mean, they had it. It was on the Sponge website. Just the commenters said it wasn't. It's not working with
Yeah,
1.12.2.
yeah, but I know there's other things that do it.
Oh. Yeah, but Bycraft, we're already a part. I already am like a part of that, and it's got a beautiful website. We kind of already got there.
Engine craft is what it is, or engine. Yeah,
How do you spell that?
ENJIN.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh yeah, engine.
yeah. Might be having 1.12 issues as well. But it says it's for API 7, so
Well, I would prefer Bycraft, so I'm gonna wait for that because I've already got that set up, and I know it won't cost us anything for what the money we'll be taking in.
Yeah, but I think they limit like the number of things you can offer, right? If you want to like do it for free. I don't know. Maybe these people do too. I'm not really sure how it works.
I'm pretty sure Engine does, but it says
Yeah,
100% free. I mean, I think it's like up to like a couple $100, $300 a month or
maybe.
something on I just saw on Buycraft. Unless they changed it, that was back in the day when they were new. And
Hmm. Oh, they have
let's
an
see
org
what they were.
page. Free. It says free with no limits.
Yeah, 250 euros per month.
Is it engine or
No,
do you
that's on
have
Buycraft.
or Bycraft?
Yeah. Either way, I won't set it up now. I'll wait.
I don't
But
know. Yeah, that's something we'll gotta figure out eventually.
I mean, for now, we'll just get people to donate on your thing if they want.
Yeah.
But I would like the. I mean, again, I'd prefer Buycraft. So we'll see.
Oh yeah. Either way.
I do watch Pecos Hank Superstar. He is awesome. He has some of the coolest video, and I love his style. Very professional. He's got some crazy footage. Yes, I do like Pecos Hank. My meteorology job is good. It's pretty fun this last weekend. I might do a Let's Play for Animal Crossing Switch if it ever comes. I'd have to buy. I actually don't own a capture card for an HDMI, so I'm unable to record on the Switch. I would have to buy a new capture device, but I probably won't do that unless I really get back into Animal Crossing or get back into recording, because that would be much more expensive than the other one I have. All right.
Yep.
So what else we got? We got Craft Book and Craft Economy, Command
Craft book.
Shops.
Craft book
Is
is on
Nucleus.
sponge.
Oh, that was different. What that had the signs up and down the lifts.
Yeah, the lifts, the gates, the chairs, the yeah, we should grab that one. That one's fun.
Yeah, we should.
Let me bring up the plugin list that we had.
Well, of course I can't
Plugin
find it because I don't know exactly what it's called.
it's in the plugin wiki on oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
um
doing the or search.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Disable exp. I wonder if
Yeah, that
anything.
one we don't have yet.
Yeah.
So
Drop perm. What was that one?
that we were using
Oh, I
to
think that was stopping mob grinding. Like if they dropped from a spawner, they weren't dropping items, so you
no, that
couldn't
was
farm
no
the
mob
money.
farm. That was no mob farm. I need to write that too, actually. Um, no mob farm and no auto harvest
Yeah,
for these
yeah, you
plugins.
made those plugins. You just hadn't ported them over to Sponge.
Not yet, no. Um,
But again, those are fine. I don't want you coding any other new plugins until MCMMO is done, okay?
yes, I know, I know.
Because we can get things up and running with MCMMO and just like, start restricting this other stuff down the road. Because these plugins will be
Right,
shorter. But
right, right.
and in that time, people might write these easier ones. Duties, we need the duty one. That would be, we'll have to figure out how that one's going to go. Dynamap, Enderbank. Do you have that one for Sponge?
I don't think I have Enderbank for Sponge.
So
Maybe
you
for
so you haven't wrote any. Basically, all of your bucket plugins have not been ported to Sponge. All your Sponge ones are essentially new creations,
yes,
except for the
that's
pay
true.
respects thing.
Yeah, but I didn't actually write that.
True, but it's
But
yes,
yeah, in terms of what I need to port over, it's the Enderbank. So the reason I didn't do some of this was back when I was going to, the API didn't have the functions to
that's
let me
right.
do it.
That's right.
And it does now, but I went and did like other new things because I couldn't do these at the time.
Yeah, I don't have
So
$120. Woofus. Definitely don't have that for a recording device. I'm not giving out my Switch friend code. Sorry, awesome, Brendan.
Enderbank, no mob farm, no auto harvest, and then we do need duties or something like it. and we need the no XP thing, which I actually tried to write a while ago, but it didn't have. I couldn't do it at the time.
I don't know what drop perm did.
Um,
Extra hard mode.
yeah, we used it to prevent players from getting XP from passive mobs. You have to expand the little spoiler underneath. It says what it did.
Oh, I'm not on the forums. I'm just looking on the list on my
Oh,
computer. Like
I'm on the
what ones we had
forums.
actually in. Oh. Extra hard mode. Was that the one that like made you freeze in water or something? When you
That
had like
added a
armor on,
yeah,
you like used
yeah.
more,
That
slowed you
added
down
a
or
whole
something?
bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I would like to eventually make some kind of like hard mode plugin. I mean, they did already make it harder in like 1.9. They made mobs harder.
Yeah, they
Um,
did.
so
Fake
they did
quit,
already
Fear the
kind of do
Reaper.
that. So
Fear the Reaper was graveyard. Fake quit. That was so you could act like, oh, I'm leaving, and then go into vanish and spy on people when they're cheating. Flow.
yeah,
What did flow do?
that was for controlling
Oh,
buckets.
yeah, that was you would stop play. That was basically stopping people from placing water and lava buckets.
Yeah, my protection perm plugin should do that now.
Yeah, it should.
You don't need to
Found
set
diamonds, of
anything
course, that
new.
was the anti X-ray one. Hidden command signs.
Which I think somebody's made
Unless we
found
want to
diamonds.
give people books, I think that we're going to need that for people to pick their initial
There,
class,
there's
right?
there's a there's a command sign plugin already.
Okay, well
I
then maybe
might
I'll
have to write one.
pull that one up.
I mean, we can just have them run a command to pick the rank. That's kind
Say
of
that.
what my command kits plugin is for. You can
Say
have
that
them.
again.
You have them run a command to pick the rank. That's
Yeah.
kind of what my command kits plugin is for.
Yeah, but it's hard for people to do that.
I
No,
know.
you're right. No, it'd be fine. You tell them just like you slash minor, and then it basically runs multiple commands, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it does. Yeah. But I need to update that. That one's kind of waiting for some other stuff with commands. But yeah. Um,
Horse protect. That was a good one.
yeah, but it's not really necessary.
No, it's not. Oh no, definitely not. But
And
maybe
it also
someday
got kind of annoying with
when they
people
got stuck in.
keeping
Yeah,
horses stuck places.
it did. MCMO. You're gonna have to. Are you gonna include MCMO auto promote inside of your MCMMO?
Yeah, I'll make something like that. Yeah.
A function of that made one. Mobulate. What did that one do?
I don't know.
I guess I can go to the forums and pull up our list.
I have no idea what that did.
Oh, we don't have. We used to have cannons.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about that plugin. That's not actually in anymore.
No. We never really used them
No.
because
Oh,
we never actually
Mobulate's
had
not
a.
on here on the
We
website.
never had a battle.
Oh, it'll be a month or so at least, Woofus, if we keep working hard and working straight.
You know, we made all those rules for like how battles were supposed to be fought and
Yeah.
everything. And we never did one.
Modify
People were too
world.
like passive. They didn't like
Yeah.
conflict.
But that's good, but
No, it's boring.
boring. Yeah, but I didn't want to risk losing all my. It was just one of those things you had to find a good balance because you didn't want to get into a conflict because if you did lose your stuff, it was you just lost all your work and all the time you put into the server, but you're not gonna even bother spending time and resources to fight a war if you're not going to get anything reasonable out of it. So you got to find that nice
Yeah,
balance where it's like if I lose, it's not the end of the world, but if I win, it's worth my resources and time.
yeah. We'll have to find a better way to do that.
No bed explode. That was strictly for the Nether, wasn't it? That's funny
Yeah,
that I guess the griefing plugin didn't protect that.
I think so. Yeah.
No item, no mob farm, no portals, no PvP log. Pwn plant growth. Was that the underground one or the regions one?
That was the one that wouldn't let you grow plants underground.
Yeah. Respect. RESPECT. That was /F.
Oh
Server
no,
resource packs.
we used that to prevent nether wart growing outside of the nether.
That was right. It had those other features, but that was the only one we
Yeah.
used. Server resource packs. I would like to put something like that back in and then actually enforce the other aspects, like cactus can only be grown in the desert, in the different climates, and really force people to pick what they
Mm-hmm.
wanted, but it's also not really fair because other people can farm and mine wherever they want. Server resource packs, I'd like to see if that feature of Minecraft is back up and running or not. I'm not sure. The one where
What does that plugin do?
that was the one because on Minecraft it was broken, but it used to be you could have a server resource pack at a link, and then when a new player would log in and would say this server uses this resource pack, click yes to download and automatically install, and you click
Yeah,
yes.
that's back.
It's back because it was broken, and
Yeah.
then we had that one. You'd basically type in a command, and it would download the
But
resource pack for you.
you can do that with my link me plugin now.
Yeah, true. You can do a link me, and then we can if that feature's back into Minecraft, we can have that
Yeah.
automatically download again. Signs. I think that was just the colorful signs. Simple command signs was part of that one. Spam X, Stargate, Stealth Realtor. That was the renting one for the in rooms,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was cool. And then of course Vanish, and then Vault was the money. Well, there we go. That was everything.
So I think the important ones are the no mob farm and no auto harvest, and no XP, because that kind of really affects core gameplay.
What did you
And
say
then
they were?
the no XP, right? Because we didn't want people getting XP from stuff other than killing hostile mobs.
Yeah, but that's not a big issue.
No, I know
It
it's
just
not.
makes it. The only reason we kind of did is because miners end up with just way more XP than anyone else.
Right.
That's really the only reason.
Well,
But
and you would use XP to level up to get a new class or whatever.
oh, that
So
was right. We did have that. Yeah.
yeah, so it did kind of matter. And then no mob farm because you don't want people making mob farms to
Yeah.
produce free money.
Yeah, exactly.
And
You
then
could automate. We just don't want to. We want to stop you from automating the killing
yeah,
thing that just would get you, chest full of rotten flesh and chest full of free
which
money.
Sponge actually has a really cool way of doing that because you can keep track of like all this stuff that happened to kill a mob. And then no auto harvest, which is preventing massive auto farms of
Yeah, but that's
food.
also not as big of a deal though,
No,
because you know the point is to get your MCMO levels up. So it's like people
that's
never
true.
really did that. That was more left over from Elden, where money that harvesting crops was worth actual money. So that's
Right.
not too big of a deal. If we get there, we get there. But I think the no mob XP is really the only one out of those three that needs to be probably done.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
But MCMO comes first.
Yes, it does. It does. I gotta talk to Brand.
No, this isn't the Bedrock edition. This is the Java edition. This isn't Windows 10. So Minecraft Pocket Edition can't play on this. In the
Oh,
future,
that's actually not entirely true. There's a plugin.
yeah, but it limits features and throws you back.
No. There's a plugin that lets like Pocket Edition clients connect to. Yeah. It's called Dragon Proxy. It'll allow like somebody with the Pocket Edition to connect to um, the Java edition of the game, like the server. So if you're running like Minecraft Pocket Edition, you would actually be able to connect to like the actual Avius server.
That's weird.
It is weird. I'm not sure how reliable it is. It doesn't sound like something that would be very reliable, but supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. But it does actually exist. But yeah. Yeah, so I'll eventually have to write the XP control plugin and the like thing that prevents you from grinding mobs automatically. But yes, as you said, the MCMO thing comes first. That's the most important plugin that I have to write.
Yeah, this luck perms thing is great when you're working on one thing at a time, but like when I want to work on,
There's a bulk edit command for luck perms that lets you like do an entire list of commands all at once. I don't know exactly how it works, but it does
yeah,
exist. So you'll probably want to look at that at some point and maybe ask on their Discord if you're stuck for like help, so people can assist you with how to use it.
no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not joining a Discord to ask for help on this. I'll just do it another way.
Uh, so one of the other interesting plugins I found, which we wouldn't use because it unfortunately adds in additional blocks, but it's another Nether portal related one, where when you like create a Nether portal, the Nether starts to like seep out of the Nether portal and start corrupting the landscape around it, um, in like a certain radius. So eventually you just get like all the grass and dirt turns to netherrack, and all the sand turns to soul sand, and all the water turns to lava, and like all the trees burn down, and like crazy stuff like that, um, which is kind of funny. So like you just essentially nuke an entire area by creating another portal in it, um, which I find kind of neat. But yeah,
So we have our base class. We still want to have we'll still need the colonist class that they're in when they join the server, because we
yes,
don't want to make base that class that they're in, because base will get pulled by other
everything.
by everything. Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
so we'll do LP. And then I'm basically going to need to make a base class for all of our three main classes if we're going to still keep that format, minor base class, and
Yeah, I think the plan is still to keep the same sort of class format, um, at least for the basic like miner, lumberjack, and gardener.
yeah,
For the advanced classes, I want to maybe do some different kind of stuff with that. Um, but for the base classes, we can keep it miner, lumberjack, and gardener. And I think that's kind of what we should focus on first anyway,
yeah, start with just that
because because it'll take a while to grind through those. So
anyway.
by the time, yeah,
True, very
so
true.
we can let people grind through those ready.
by the by the time we have our alchemist and our other stuff.
I want to do like so what I really want to do is I want to do those three, right? The miner, the lumberjack, and the gardener. And then for the advanced classes, I wanted to do armor smith, enchanter, and alchemist.
Yeah,
Because I think what we had before was alchemist, armor smith, and fighter.
yeah,
So I wanted to do the three sort of like production classes, which are the enchanter, the alchemist, and the smith, and then also have like three fighting classes, which would be like your sword and shield, like your axe, and then your bow, since they're like three different kind of weapons now.
yeah. I didn't mind the. I think having the fighter class was kind of silly, considering everyone's fighting to make money. Like that's your
Right,
money. So I think it was fine. I think you're right. I think I don't know what our logic was without for not making enchantment a class.
because there was no MCMMO skill for it,
Oh, true.
but I can make one when I create a
So you're
MCMMO
right, because
class.
I think the someone that brews potions, because that gives you an advantage in battle. Basically, three things that give you advantages in battle, like brewing potions, enchanting your weapons and your things that you go do out there in the world, and
Right,
then your what you have is you're making your armor,
armor, yeah,
or someone that can repair the tools.
right, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a good idea.
hmm And then you could also potentially have like combat skills on top of that that people could learn.
All right, so I'm gonna create a group. even though we don't really have that theme anymore, do you care if we still call it colonist just for like the sake of the original idea?
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's
we'll have
fine.
the great group colonist.
We could actually make it back to colonist. I think that might be.
Yeah, I'd be cool with
Yeah.
that. So then I'll do minor base, minor B. I'll just use the same kind of format we had.
Yeah, I think that would make the most sense.
And then we'll do lumberjack base. And then we'll do gardener or herbalist.
What's it
Gardener.
called in the? It's called gardener, isn't it?
I think it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
gardener.
yeah. We'll just call it that.
And then we had 4 ranks, right? Do we want to keep with that same format? You know, like level 20, level 100, and then
Yeah,
level 500? Was that what
I
we
think
did it
that was
as?
something like that. Yeah, I think that's a good progression to
I think
have.
it is too. You get that first level up real quick out of wood, and then stone. You can
Right.
basically live forever on stone, but you want to get iron, and then diamond's pointless. But you want to get to, you know. So I think those
Yeah.
were good levels. I think you're right.
Yeah. And I think I do like the idea of having those like 3 production classes, and those are like the only classes that can do it. So what I found interesting about the last map that we did, because that's when we introduced the more advanced classes, was at the beginning nobody could make iron armor, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
there was actually a point to having leather armor, because like everybody, that was the only thing people could make.
Yep. Because only you had to wait till someone basically mastered the classes, and
Right.
then chose that class to be making the armor.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that guy can basically charge whatever he wants because he's the only person that can make armor in the server, which I always found kind of interesting. Um,
Great group minor
yeah,
one,
I still like the idea of that you
minor two,
everybody masters the base
minor
classes, so like everybody
three,
can gather eventually
minor
all the materials of the
four.
game. But then what makes it sort of unique is the advanced classes are restricted. So like if you want to be able to craft armor, you have to become a smith, and smiths are like the only people that can make armor. Um, I think that made kind of an interesting
Oh no, I agree.
dynamic in the game that like you couldn't do everything. You had to rely on other players in order to do some stuff. And I think that was like the kind of original idea
Yeah,
of the server was that
it
you
was.
had to rely on other people in order to create things because otherwise
All right. This is good. We'll start with just minor lumberjack gardener, and I've made those classes for all of them, and I won't worry about like 2 classes, 3 classes at a time. I won't worry about those yet. I'm just gonna work on building these up first.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because really, once I build up the base classes for all 3, the
yeah,
rest, the level classes take a little bit because it's basically just like adding iron, adding gold, adding diamond.
right.
But when I do, and then when I'm doing the 2 and 3 classes, all I do is call the base classes and call Gardener 1 and stuff, and it makes it pretty easy. It's just
Mm-hmm.
copying it through there.
Yeah.
So. Dun, 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 dun.
So
I'm
we
not that interested in astronomy. I mean, it's definitely interesting. I just don't like astronomy because it scares me.
it scares you.
Yeah, it's just really huge, and we don't know what it is, and it's just kind of overwhelming, I think, to think about it. It's one thing to it's already overwhelming to think about how weather works and this Earth and just life on work and how like the human body works, let alone think about fucking space. I prefer not to. It's all the power to you, Jupiter. Yes, the wind blew everything around in the old tornado survival mods. I'm not probably playing tornado survival anytime soon. I guess we can add. Are you? Do you want to work on something, Chase? You're welcome to.
Yeah.
I guess work on if you want to try and find craft book or any other
Oh yeah,
plugins
I
you
can.
want or any other plugins you want to set up since you're not working in MCMMO until you talk with
Yeah, yeah.
Fran. Because what other plugin did we just talk about? I don't know.
I know craft book.
Yeah.
How's it going? So, craft book 4. I don't know
Sorry,
if it's...
Rambu. Have you? Okay, I don't know if that series is still on my channel. I played Spider-Man 2 on the GameCube, and I basically played that one uncensored. It's really the only. I have I say the occasional curse word in my videos, but for the most part, they're family friendly and made for like younger kids, which is really what most of my audience was. But that one series was uncensored, and I was basically cursing up the wazoo when I was playing that game. It's because it's like a teen to mature game. So go find that on my channel, Spider-Man 2 Let's Play, if you really want to hear me curse. I think, if that's still a thing.
Yeah, here we go. They just had a build.
We'll see, Keaton, but we're not going to go out of our way to do that. I don't think it. We put certain features in the game because they're not the same version. I know in the future basically everyone will be able to play together, except for Java on the computer. Windows 10, Xbox, Switch, they're all going to be able to play together, but not so much with Java. You're going to need some weird stuff to get those to connect. But we'll see what they do. Yeah, only in that one series, Rumbu.
Here we go. I'll send you the link.
Okay, so I need to find to figure out how protection perms works.
Yes. I have nice docs. Somebody
I,
actually did a pull request to my repo to actually make my docs look nice, which was awesome.
nice.
Like having some random person do your work for you is amazing. It's very much appreciated.
I go to OR and I see Zerthick's. I see random plugin, Zerthick's plugin, Zerthick's plugin, Zerthick's plugin, Zerthick's plugin, random plugin, Zerthick's plugin, Zerthick's plugin, random plugin,
Yeah.
random plugin, random plugin, Zerthick's plugin, Zerthick's plugin, Zerthick's plugin, Zerthick's plugin, Zerthick's plugin, random, Zerthick's, random. Jesus.
I mean, so I have 14 plugins released now. It'll be 15 soon. And the closest guy to me has 9 total. So, yeah, I've written quite a bit of plugins. So, yeah.
No, Rumbu, I have no idea. I don't remember anything about that. Sorry. Well, in the old versions, water spouts would just spawn whenever on the ocean. Didn't need to be raining. Water spouts just don't really work in the newer ones, I thought. I feel like. Yeah, Jeb, it's a shame because Java version is like the original version, and what made Minecraft a thing. But I think they've made a lot more money just porting it to like home console, so normal people can play. You don't need to be like your PC gamer guy, and it's easier to get your to buy it for your kid to entertain him, get it for him on your phone or get it for on your tablet or on your Xbox while you already play and known for Call of Duty. So I think it makes more sense for them to pursue that route. But this is where the original community was for
And this is
Minecraft, so
still
it's
where like the modding scene is. So
yeah,
if you
yep.
want to do any kind of like modding to Minecraft, which is the part that I find fun, you have to be on the Java version of the game.
Oh yeah, you do. You have taming, breeding, mounting, dealing damage, hook, so fishing, secondary interaction, primary interaction, so right click and left click,
Right.
placing, breaking, mining, essentially using items on it, eating, drinking, essentially, equipping, picking up, dropping, drop on death, crafting, smelting, using. Wow, perfect. I'm overwhelmed. Okay, so essentially I'm going to pick one of these to do first. Let's pick minor base to do first. So I'll do, I think it's LP group minor B editor. I think editor. Preparing new editor session. That way, so my FPS comes back, I can disconnect that.
Yeah.
Alright, minor B. Here we go.
So they've
What's
added
this music
more
playing?
blocks to the game since the last time we did this, so we'll have to probably think about it a bit. But I think the base stuff that we want to restrict is still pretty much the same as it used to be.
Yeah, I guess I can actually pull that up. I have it saved in here. All of their new blocks. There's lots.
So the other thing you can do with my plugin is you can drill down to be more specific. So, like before, you would say you can't break stone, and that would cover like all the different variants of stone, right? Like the andesite, the diorite, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
With my plugin, you can actually specifically say like don't mine diorite. Um,
Oh, so you're saying like before it was just because it was one, because stone, andesite, they're all just one. They don't have the sub data values, but you're saying you can do the sub data values of each individual one.
if we want, yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't really think we need that for anything, but I threw it in there just for the heck of it.
okay. Well,
Because it
think
wasn't
think
that
about it
big.
this way. When you're making your MCMMO, are the XP values for stone, andesite, diorite, and granite going to be the same value? Are they going to be worth the same thing?
I'll probably make it so you can configure it. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I assume you will. But I'm saying,
yeah,
if we were to configure that, are we going to put them the same?
yeah, I would probably make
In
them
which
the same.
case, it's never going to be restricted for
Right,
for them.
right.
And are we still going to go with the same logic that unfortunately made it a little frustrating to build, but like the raw material, the things you get XP from. So taking a log, as in chopping down a tree, gardeners and miners won't be able to do. Or I'm sorry, like a
Um,
miner won't be able to break logs, but they could technically break planks, since that's like a raw resource gotten from the log, and you're not going to ever get XP from those. Or do we want to actually restrict all wood? Be-
um,
I guess the only reason I say that is because, so when you're on the surface, the only way to get wood is cutting a tree, and obviously they're not going to be doing that. They're not going to be punching logs to get wood to build the resources. But when they're in the mines and they find a mine shaft or they find a stronghold, there's technically going to already be raw wood there. Do we want to allow them to gather those raw resources with their fists, basically, as like a little extra bonus because they found those rare things while mining, and give them a little advantage? And if they wanted to build a house out of it, they won't have to like wait for a to get lumberjack to have someone like break a misplaced block. Or do we just not want to?
um, I
What's your
think
thoughts
we
on
can.
that?
I think we can allow them to break the blocks. I think it's just more annoying to not let them be able to break the blocks. I was gonna say I should be able to tell whether or not the block was placed by the server. So if the block was placed by the server, I would grant the XP, and if it wasn't, then I wouldn't. So I don't
Yeah,
really
that
see
that's
any.
yeah, that's how that worked. But I'm just saying in terms of, like,
What
we
do you?
didn't restrict this, I believe, in the past. So it's just, I guess what I'm saying is there are ways for miners to gather wood, and that'll basically be if they go into a mine or they come across a wooden shelter, they want to punch the wood planks so they can get wood. Do we want to allow them to
Right.
do that? Obviously, we're not allowing them to break actual wood logs because that would involve them getting
Right.
XP, and we're not going to do that. But
I I think that's fine if they can break planks. I think that's what we had before, right?
yeah,
That they
that's
could.
the way we had before, and I kind
Yeah.
of like that logic that if you're mining it, it's really extra special if you find a mine shaft because you get wood.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
Okay, so just looking through here, I don't think we had them restricted to break dirt.
No, that would just be
Now, are you going to
silly.
do an excavation class, or are you going to not do excavation at all? Because it's just like sand and dirt and gravel.
Yeah, I wouldn't make a separate excavation class. If I made an excavation skill, we would probably just give it to everybody because
Yeah, and I think it's just silly.
I
It's
think it's just because then
it's not
so
even
many
worth your time to code it.
people just dig up like dirt everywhere. It's like why?
Yeah, the
It
Minecraft
just
Ace,
doesn't.
I agree. I remember that. Of course, I've seen Twister Into the Storm. That was that new one that was just god awful. Oh, Twister's a good movie. Into the Storm was just horrible. It was just a bad movie. Twister and Into the Storm both have horrible meteorology, but Twister is a an entertaining movie. Into the Storm was just an awful movie. Awful. Um. All right. So basically, the first thing we had restricted on here was saplings. They couldn't break saplings.
Yes.
So I need to figure out I need to learn your commands first, I guess.
That would be a block break permission.
Yeah, so you have protection perms dot block dot break dot block ID, and the ID is the number, or
No,
it's the
it's the name.
name.
It's the name. There are no numbers anymore.
Oh god, then I have the wrong thing up.
Yeah, don't use numbers.
Numbers are easier though.
They're getting rid of them in 113. So.
Yeah, but so
No, I
essentially
think
it's just okay, so here it's sapling and then sapling colon 1. If I just do sapling like colon star, or
no,
how
you
would I
don't
get
need
all 6 of them, or do I need to do one for all 6 of them, a different one?
no. It'd just be Minecraft sapling, and that's it.
And it would cover all of them?
Yeah, if they have the same ID.
Well, all of them are 6. They're 6 point something. But in the names, there's sapling, which is the oak. Then there's sapling colon 1, which is spruce. Sapling colon 2, which is birch. I guess I can test it out.
You don't. You shouldn't need the You don't need the colon number thing.
So if I don't, but if I wanted to restrict just one of them, like, we don't ever want to do that. But
Um, you would need the block state information, which is slightly different.
I need the what?
You would need the block state information. It's like it's format in JSON.
I don't think you're understanding. I'm gonna see if this works. First of all, this is just gonna be a test to see if I'm doing this whole thing right.
Sapling. No, it's you don't use numbers anymore. So
Yeah, I know, but some of the IDs are numbered.
right, but even in the game, they're not numbers anymore. Be written as like I have an example in my docs. If you go down to like a note on block states, you can see how it works.
So you put it in colons, do variant equals whatever.
You don't do colons.
I mean, not colons, brackets.
Like yeah, but it depends on the actual block itself. So it might not be called variant. This is called variant for stone, but for saplings, it's
Why
called
would they
type.
think this is a better way to make their so sorry guys, I'm not paying attention to chat. I don't know what you guys are talking about. We're too busy trying to figure this out. So where do I even get those names from? Because I'm on the website that has the ID name list, and there's sapling colon 1, sapling colon 2. So is it sapling colon 1 really sapling bracket variant equals spruce?
Something like that, yeah.
So there's no way to do all 6 saplings with one command. I have to do 6 individual commands.
No, you can do all 6 if you don't include the square bracket information. If you just say
But
Minecraft colon sapling, that covers all of them.
But reading what you say giving the player just what you're saying, like just stone, that permission still allows them to break all variants of stone as normal.
Yes.
So I understand that to mean that the other variants, such as andesite, they're allowed to break because you didn't specify that one.
Right.
So then I need 6 commands.
Why?
Because the different saplings are variants of each other. And unless I specify the variant according to what you have there, but unless I specify the variant,
They won't be able to break any saplings.
no, that's not how I understand that sentence.
Okay. They all have the same ID, so you can either do it by ID, which is Minecraft sapling, and that covers all of them, or you can get more specific by using the metadata, like block state information. So if I only wanted to say you cannot break oak saplings, but you can break like birch saplings, then I would have to specifically say the permission node for oak sapling. But if I just want to do like a wide sweep and say you can't break any saplings, then you can just use the ID.
Okay, then you
Which
need
is
to change that
Minecraft
sentence if
sampling.
that's how it actually works. Because giving the player the protection perms break Minecraft stone permission still allows them to break all variants of stone as normal.
Right, because that's when it's not inverted. You're using it in the inverted, so all of that is reversed. So instead of allowing them to break it, it
Oh.
will not.
Oh. Okay, that's where the confusion came in.
Because
So I
you're in
forgot the
inverted
invert.
mode, so all the stuff is backwards.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But either way, if you want to prevent them from breaking all the saplings, then you use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where the confusion is back.
Now, when you get to like trying to do stuff with logs, and then it'll become important. Um, So all of this is going to go away in 113 because they'll all have their own like separate ID, and you won't have to deal with this.
Okay, why can't...
Hmm?
Okay, how do I get myself into a different group? Why can't I get that to work? Luck perms, user luck parent admin. I don't want it to be inheritance though, I just want to be put in that. Okay, this is... I forgot how just freaking complicated this is. Hurting my brain. Okay, why can't I just want to switch myself out of admin into minor base to test that like I'm doing this right before I do a bunch more of these, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
But the way luck perms works is I just start inheriting that group. So if I'm in admin, that the command would just the parent command just has me inherit minor B, but I'm already inheriting admin, so I'm not. It's gonna like overwrite
So you have
the
to remove the
restrictions.
other one.
So I don't. It doesn't. I can't find how to do this in the documentation anywhere. Where is the easy commands to do this? I'm looking through the tutorial thing. It just has the grouping. I go into the giant commands and there's just 500 commands and they don't figure out which ones are what. I just
No,
don't.
you know, it's luck perms, user, parent, set, and then the group.
It's parent, but parent is like the inheriting thing. So I have to remove
Yes.
myself out of admin, and I don't know how
No.
to do that one.
If you do parent set, not parent add, parent set will clear out all of yours. And I can link you the docs.
Yes, minor. That is what I am trying to do, but it's a little bit more complicated than just setting my rank. This is
No,
not
it
permission
isn't.
ZX.
It's luckperms user, your username, parent, set, and then the group that you want to be in.
Okay, minor, it is that easy. I just have to find what the command is, and I'm really having a tough time doing that. Because Mr. Smarty Pants on the other side of this call just knows everything. He always knows everything, and he's always right about everything. It makes me feel stupid afterwards, complaining about it. Okay, I need to visibly see that command in front of my face before I can type this in.
I just linked it to you.
Which one? The last one?
Yes.
Okay. LP user like 7493 parent. Wait.
What?
Where does the group go after set?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was trying to do. Because it says Mike7493 had their existing parent groups cleared and now only inherits. There we go. So now I don't have a fancy thing in front of my name because it's a base class, so I'm not going to get a fancy thing in front of my name anyway. So right. I'm not going to bother adding one. Okay, so now, well, I can break and plant saplings. So I didn't do something right. Whoops.
What was the command that you? What was the
Let me make sure I'm deopt. Okay, I am deopt. I might also need to do a refresh. I just added the permission. I thought luck perms was kind of like a live thing, but is there a luck perms like reload?
It might be.
I'll just try a server restart just real quick just to see if that's what the issue is before I tell you that my command I put in was wrong.
Luck perm sync.
Sync, that's what it was. I tried reload and it just told me what version I was on. Okay, I'll try that next. Yeah, I'm just still trying to do permissions X logic, and luck perms is a little bit more in depth, which is good. But I'm just trying to. It's been a while since I'm coding. My coding's rusty. I haven't thought in computers in a year or more. We're working on the permissions porter. So strictly, what we have to do is like remake those classes. You know, the minor class, the gardener classes, the different levels, and I have to go through and do permissions for what you can do and what you can't do. So, for instance, like a miner can't use an axe and can't, harvest and plant potatoes. I have to go through and tell the game that when you're at those ranks, you can't do those things. And when you go from miner 1 to miner 2, when you get your 20 MCMMO levels, then okay, now you can use stone tools. I'm basically working on the permissions file and going through every single item block in Minecraft and telling what ranks can use and what ranks can't use. That's essentially what we're at right now. I'm working on that. Zerthick is just going to maybe work on installing another plugin or two. Otherwise, he's getting right. He's going to start the programming of the new MCMMO plugin.
Yes, that is the plan.
Nope. I can still. Let me place one. Let me see if I can break these. Well, I'm also in creative mode, if that makes a difference.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. Game mode 0. I don't have permission to use that command. Jesus. Frickin' console. Game mode. Mike74930, or is it 0 Mike7493? Oh no, that worked. Okay. Okay, I can break all of these, and there's a creeper coming for me. Oh god. Yay, blowing things up. Okay. Um, so now we'll go into luck perms and look at minor B. I did protection perms dot block dot break dot Minecraft colon sapling, and that is set
That,
to true.
that should work.
I agree, and I tried the normal sapling and the different saplings. No, axes will not be used by miners as weapons. The main use of them will be by woodcutters. And they'll be lumberjacks will, I guess, their little advantage will be able to use those as weapons. I mean, everyone's kind of has little advantages, each different class, and I think that'll be fine to leave the lumberjacks because all they do is just trees to have them a little bit of a combat variation or combat advantage at times. I think that'll be useful there. Yeah, there was a lot of miners sometimes. People found that that's kind of the easiest one to clear up, so they did that first. No, there won't be a limit. It would be interesting to explore that, potentially be like, no, the server has, you know, 15 miners and 6 lumberjacks and only 2 gardeners, so you should probably pick gardener. We're not going to enforce that because I want to let people play how they want to play, and it's just everyone else's own fault if they're all starving to death all the time because everyone picked miner. But hey, if you pick gardener, you'll be useful. Class choice is permanent, but once you master your first class, so say you master and get to the top level for miner, then you get to move on to a next class. So then you become miner lumberjack. And then you can start working on mining. So eventually you can do everything in the game. You're able to do everything in the game, but at times you're restrictive into what you can do because you have to master that class before you can get something new, and you have to work with other people. Crazed Hero X to answer your question.
Let me see if I can figure it out.
Yes, that will be the same thing, miner. Fishing poles, I guess, can they be used as combat? I guess they can. Hose too, yeah. But miners will have pickaxes, so it all kind of works out, I guess. I mean, although axes are actual weapons, especially with fighting someone who has a shield, the other ones are just kind of silly.
Yeah.
Really, Porter? I feel like you were on all the time and like mastered everything out, but yeah. So her gardeners will be able to fish. We're talking about maybe making that a separate class, but I think it's just works really well for gardeners because while they're waiting for their crops to grow, they can fish. It gives them a little time kill and gets them some useful, gives them some unique items. So I like that. I like that ability. So I think I'm gonna keep that with the gardeners. Yes, I did struggle with that in Minecraft phase. Um. So anyway, Chase, to go back to why this isn't
Yeah,
working.
I'm looking into it.
I guess I can try the placing one as well. And I could try something else, such as taming or breeding or interacting
Yeah.
or dropping, something like that. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm seeing if
Um,
I can track it down now.
Luck Perm seems to maybe be having an issue. Oh, I know why, because I'm not an admin. I can't run these commands. I was like, why? I'll just run it in the console. Oh, but I can't paste in the console. Can I not paste?
You can
I
right
can.
click
I
and
can.
say
I have to right
paste.
click and paste. There we go.
Wait, so is my plugin still broken then?
Yeah, because I applied that one beforehand.
Alright.
Paste. Okay. I'm assuming it's related to the invert.
Maybe. Let me.
Yeah, I just put in the place one as well, and it's not. So I guess what you should do, Chase, is go to your old version of your plugin and try that command with that format for saplings to see if it gives you the ability to break them.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Just to test that it works, maybe to rule out a 1.12 issue and rule out that it's and rule out a I typed it in wrong issue.
Alright.
Protection perm stop block. Crazy to you, are you funny? Minecraft isn't installed. Well, they have a nice installer now.
I'm gonna see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, awesome, Brendan. I remember you were really high up there in the MCMO ranks. What would be something cool that I'd like to see added to Minecraft, Nathan? They've added a handful of things that I liked. I'm really happy they're adding stuff to the oceans. But I would personally like to see them add another ore or another gem or something. Like they did the emeralds that one time. That was neat. Make it another biome specific thing, like rubies under deserts or something. I would like more like dungeons to clear. I mean, I haven't played through those new giant haunted mansions, so I kind of do like the name of those, but I just feel like they're really huge and ugly. I mean, I'm fine with just fighting nothing but zombies and skeletons and spiders, but having some more complex underground dungeons. Even if they just have like one thing to loot at the end of it, but I don't know. I can't really think of anything. The couple things I wanted have been added recently. Yeah, I remember that with the siren. Ba-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na. Nice, you did a script so your flash drive's icon was the Minecraft logo. I like it. I remember writing a script that allowed me to bypass the firewall at school that prevented me from opening Minecraft.exe and to get myself to play Minecraft on school computers in our programming class. Hey Richard, welcome.
Okay, that works.
Shulkers will be accessible by everyone. I forgot about the shulker boxes. I totally forgot those were a thing that were added. I don't see any reason why they'd be restricted because they're a mob that people kill, and it's just additional storage. The hard part will be getting to the end and finding them, obviously. But All right, Chase. So, what'd you just do?
I'm debugging.
So, did you pull up the old version and prove that that command does
No,
indeed stop you?
I have more sophisticated ways of handling this.
Oh, okay. How about
It's
I get the old
I
one?
have a bug in my logic. Hold on.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't have permissions. By the way, added a plugin today that allows us to control how long days and nights are. So at this time, seriously? So basically, right now we're going to have days and nights be twice as long. So instead of 8 minutes day, 2 minutes dusk, 8 minutes night, 2 minutes dawn, 20 minutes for a full cycle, it'll be twice that for everything. So you'll have more time in the day to get work done and travel, but you got a longer time at night that you're going to have more. It'll be better probably for some people to have more time to fight mobs when you're trying to grind money and get more mobs to spawn. But if you're trying to travel or do your farm or something, it's going to kind of suck. But you'll have more time during the day, so it works out. Nice, Nathan. Yeah, it sounds about right. Minecraft days. That was about when I probably grew the most on my channel. It's about 2013, my senior year into freshman year of college when we launched the server. At least a month. I mean, I might have something people can get on in a month from now, but it's probably still gonna be very much a test, even if we have MCMO up and running. So, yeah, it's gonna be a while. So patience. Don't get too excited yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have full devotion to Border. I'm be really rusty at Minecraft, but I'm really excited if it works out the way we get it to. Yeah, I was the first YouTuber to do the Minecraft Tornado Survival. Now there's 100 series of it. But I had watched a video of someone having a giant world that they had downloaded and then having a tornado go through it, and I was like, it'd be really fun to try and survive in a world where there's just tornadoes everywhere. And so it became Mike7493 YouTube channel. Because I already had it from all my Animal Crossing City Folk videos. No, I don't think everyone's going to start completely fresh. It's been too long, and we have so much work to do that sitting there and looking back at old maps or doing those calculations of the quests are just not going to happen. So sorry, awesome, Brandon. If you did a donation to the server money-wise back in the day, and you do, and I have the record of who donated back in the day, but if you get back on the server and you did a donation and you bring it to my attention and want like a little extra starting cash, I'll give some to you. But for the most part, we're going to just scrap everything from the old versions. That includes the ban lists. includes copper pieces and past ranks and skills and stuff. So yeah, I figure most people won't mind because it's been so long. I don't really remember what it was, but Eidolon, you know, I never beat that game. It was good at first, but at the end it just became walking in a huge world and not enough notes, you know. But I would like to play that. It's on my desktop. Yeah, I love that too, man. I always think about, oh, that game was so great. I want to play it some more, and then I never actually do. Maybe I'll pop that up here if Zerthick's going to be working for a day or two on this. But, you know, Chase, it might be... So do you think is this an inversion issue? Is this a 1.12 issue?
This is an inversion issue. I know what it is. I just gotta think how to fix it efficiently.
Because I wouldn't mind, you know, thinking about it now, maybe it is easier to do it is with the stone and just telling them what they can mine and break. But maybe not. Maybe not. Because half the work of thinking about what there is already done for us because we have the previous permission files, so
right.
I'll just stop talking and let you think.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Well, the AFK kicking works. Not really, Sepia. Not really. I'm gonna push a git here. Yeah, there's some good stuff. All right. Something maybe you guys can help me with. I guess we can do this while Zerthick's working. We need to find a seed and a place to build spawn. We need to basically find a good map in 1.12.2. And I'm not sure what spawn we're going to have. Let's see, we had the custom map, which I could always potentially bring that back, but it's so old. And this is the custom world with the giant mountains. Very neat. Could always have, someone knows how to do that. You're welcome to make another one. I will totally use it. Sure, Seaport, I got some vinyl. Ask away. Yeah, let's see. So we had that valley in the mountains. We had the swamp. We had... I don't remember what the other two were, to be honest. I know on the one test world we started to build a desert one. So... it's either going to be... I don't know. I could go with a desert. Could go with something new. We did a snowy one on the beta maps. Snow is no fun. People just starve in the desolateness, trying to escape spawn. Forest or plains, I like the base of a mountain or at the edge of an ocean. I think work pretty well for getting people out of there and getting people survival. So if you can tweet them at me or something if you find any good seeds for stuff. Okay, if you just post them in here, we'll look right now. Because I will move the spawn. Basically, if there's a really good area to build spawn, within about 500 spots, 500 tiles of 0-0, that's fine, we'll move it. But if you move it really any farther away from that, it's just inconvenient, I think, because people assume spawn is at 0-0 and they get lost and they go to 0-0 and can't find it because it's, 2,000 tiles away. So I think that's works pretty good. So let's go single player and get this stuff here. Porter, that I don't know. I do not have any 45s, so I can't attest to that. I have heard of that though, and I think it tends to mainly be with the actual player itself, because it's kind of like modifies itself to play those. That's just the way the arm works. It just doesn't. It's never going to really be able to play that last little bit. But I don't own any 45, so I can't say I've seen that before. Yeah, I mean, I like to have a good place where you have 4 different roads going out of spawn in the main directions that do go to different areas. It's harder to find one like that than you think, but... Oh, is this an island, Nathan? Okay, this is a great seed if you want an awesome single player, or if you're playing a great multiplayer with like 2 or 3 of your other friends. Great survival world. I'm going to save this seed for that purpose. Maybe I'll start myself a single player on here. I would love to play this on Minecraft on the Switch. If any of you have Minecraft on the Switch, I have no friends that play that, and if you'd like to play a multiplayer world, I wouldn't mind doing that, because I like to play it on my TV. This is a great seed, but unfortunately this will not work for a server, because 10 people would join and there'd be no room left for them on this island, and everyone would have to get boats. Yeah, I mean, this is good. We would just have to have a server shop that would permanently sell boats to get people out of here. But, I mean, this is great otherwise. Hey, Das Baba, welcome. So, no, I won't be able to use this. I don't even see a continent nearby. I guess we can go fly. But I'm going to save this seed for sure for personal. You do, Brennan? Oh, there's a mushroom biome over here. That'd be a good spawn because monsters wouldn't spawn to get people. Awesome, Brennan. Do you have a Twitter? Can you like contact me on there? Because I can give you my friend code through that. Like I'll DM you. Could make a floating ocean city. It's just I'd have to build a lot of roads, and again, the same issue with the boats. Just don't think it really do. Wow, this is a humongous. Das Beba says hello, Zerthick.
Oh, hello.
This is huge.
Well, I have a fix in the works.
Okay.
So I think I just gotta double check I didn't mess this up anywhere else.
Okay, let's try this one. Jupiter. Now I want people to see chat. I'll just make this a little bigger so you guys can see. No, I agree. It's a great seed for a single player or a small multiplayer, but it's kind of rough for anyone bigger. This is a nice spot. Look at this village in the ocean, Jupiter. That's awesome. This is giant docks. I like this. Would be could just convert this into the spawn bridge to the mainland. The only thing with doing something like this is, remember, people can't get wood on their own. They're gonna have to trade with people if they're not one. So unless I'm dispensing infinite boats to get people out of spawn, 80% of the users are going to be forced into one direction, which isn't really good because then all the towns end up in one direction and then all the resources get cleared out of the peninsula. So we really need a nice place where people can just wander off with ample resources in 4 directions. It almost looks kind of like that a little bit, Nathan. Oh my god, it almost is! That's kind of scary, actually. One more little piece on here and it would be. No, it's not quite because these are both U's. If you curved one of these over this way, then you could possibly see it as it. But it's very close, which is kind of scary that it just naturally spawn. Swastika, Jesus. Although this direction looks good. There's a lot of water. Nice ravine. Maybe we could do an underground spawn. A patronage to Lapidus. That was so much work.
Our first one was underground, kind of in that like.
You're right. It was. You came. It was inside the mountain, and then you came out. That's right. You took the little. You did the little quiz.
Which was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do something like that if we find mountains. Anyone got a good mountain seed?
I think I have a.
Yep, miner. I agree. True, Grazed Hero. True, because people can break the boats and then make their infinite wood tools when they start and not have to interact with lumberjacks. You're right. So then that's definitely not an option. I like this forest though. Again, these are some really good seeds for smaller servers so far. Oh, here's some forest mountains. Ooh, that looks like an old 1.8 forest mountain. Oh, this looks really nice. Oh, there's a cavern in the mountain. By the way, how's the frame rate when you're watching this? It's not too painful to watch me Minecraft on the stream? The stream's not lagging?
There we go.
That'd be cool. Spawn inside of around the sides of this mountain and you come out of the mountain. Whoops. Okay. Could potentially be worth it. Yeah, this will be 1.12.2. Because 1.13 is going to break everything by a lot, like the old 1.8 did when it came out. So plugin bucket is basically going to be broken permanently with 1.13, and everything else is going to take a long time to get up to speed with it. All the plugins are going to have to be seriously rewritten and updated. So 1.12 is probably going to be the definite multiplayer modded Minecraft version for quite a while, probably until 1.14 comes out, and everything will just kind of have gotten caught up and just go right into 1.14. So that's why we're thinking 1.12 is going to be a good version for that. Okay, good. That's really good to know. Well, this is a really good spot. I think this mountain would be nice. Could be inside of there, have some bridges on the outside of it, maybe a big tower on top, have some stuff down here in this little valley, and then have a few roads that wiggle out along the edge of this water, one in that direction, one can just go north into the plains, get someone down and towards the ocean, and then I'll check out some of these other ones. Go ahead and delete that. I'm going to rename this one.
Alright, I should have a fix.
Yay. Alright, Nathan, and then I'll check out yours, Brendan. I'll see what these got.
See, this is a nice thing about actually being a developer. I can just fix things.
Yeah, instead of us telling someone and waiting 2 weeks for them to update it.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, that's broken.
Man, streaming is fun. I see why YouTubers do that now instead of other things. Especially if they get on Twitch and just make their money from donations that they would get from ad streams or ad views. Oh my god, Dark Forest, Savannah, Dark Forest, Extreme Hills, Plains. This is a very interesting meetup of biomes. Desert. Let's go into the mountains. This would be an interesting. Yeah, was it season 5, the one where I lived in the ravine? I thought that was a good way to, smart way to outsmart the tornadoes. These are decent mountains, they're just not very impressive mountains. I guess that one's a little better over here. Was it really Jupiter? Hey, that's some of the best way. I'll just pick random words or type out a sentence. That's a great way to find some neat seeds. The one seed where even when we were just messing around on this map, where I was just editing, it had a big dark forest, which is something I've never built in or really spent much time in at all. And it had this giant dark forest mountain, and it was hollowed out in the middle. It was very cool. I think the only thing with that is dark forests are hard to survive in, so we would have to cut basically pass until you got out of the dark forest, and people were going to be fighting a lot of mobs along the way because it's a dark forest. So I'm not sure if it's the best starting point. It's kind of a challenge, which would be interesting. So I've definitely we've saved that map for that purpose to at least get that seed and see. So I think that's an interesting idea. I think. All right, let's go look at yours, Awesome Brennan.
Almost out.
Oh yeah, if there was actually, dang it. Hang on, I'm just gonna remake that. I didn't do it right. Yeah, if chat was just fine and I couldn't keep up with it, it'd be like overwhelming. But at that point, I'd have to do something, I guess, more entertaining for the viewership. How many views do we have? I think total views, I think like the last one had a couple hundred. Or like 150, 200, then another 100 people have viewed it since. But how many views? Like last night, I think we had like 20 like a max at one time. How many we got right now? For those of you watching in the bottom right hand corner. Ooh. Oh, this is neat. This little valley right here is pretty cool. Just like mountains all around, this flat little valley in the middle.
Yeah.
Looks a little bit less impressive now that I'm inside of it. Wish these mountains were a little bigger. That thing's a little ugly. We need a little bit of work.
Okay, then the next build's out now.
It is, and it fixes it, so I should download it and
I believe so. Yes.
see what it does. All right. Well, this is a good seed. I'll fly around this one. Yeah, it is, Trix. I think that's a good spot for it. Hey, Ninja Bro Gaming, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, but that's not as fun. It's more fun when you guys are sending them to me.
Of course, then everybody will just copy the seed and like figure out where all the diamonds are.
True, but then if they were on the seed a month before we launched and they keep it secret, and everyone that was on the seed can exploit it, that's one thing. But when you actually do run it in Sponge, I think in Forge it changes the seed, so it might not even actually work in that. But it eventually gets hidden. I think we had to hide. Bucket like hid the seed so people couldn't do that. But I'll look that up after, Porter. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's 11:15. No wonder I'm yawning. All right, I think after protection perms is set up and working, then I'm going to be calling it quits.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Alright, let's power up the server. Alright, good night, Jupiter. Thanks for tuning in. Probably won't do something tomorrow night because I think I'm going out. And probably won't do something again until next weekend. Maybe I'll do something the next few evenings because then I'm at work, so it would be earlier than I've been doing it the last 2 nights. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm in Eastern time zone.
Yep.
And my bedtime is usually by 10 o'clock if I got work the next day.
Yep.
No, I don't like winter storm names. They're dumb. If it stopped people from calling it bombed cyclone hashtag bombogenesis winter storm and giving them stupid names like that, then I'd be all for it, but it doesn't. They still give them stupid names and then name them. Like Winter Storm Grayson. Someone's tweet, which I thought it was hilarious. They're like, Winter Storm Grayson, the winter storm that will be, like, getting, their mom will be telling them to, like, go clean your room, and he'll be, like, looking at his phone and be like, make me, Mom. That's what they think of when they hear the name Grayson. It's like, alright. Okay, still am on my minor class. Haha, I don't have the permission. You did it, Chase.
Cool. But you have permission to, like, break other blocks, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that's I didn't get into it.
Yep, I can't break or place. Hey. How much spam can we generate?
So notice when you try to break it, you see how it says that, like, stage 1 type thing or whatever?
Yes.
That's the full block state. So if you wanted to specifically restrict only that kind, you'd have to put that entire
Oh,
thing.
I see. The jungle one's in stage 0 because it hasn't started to grow at all, but the acacia one had started to grow, so it's stage 1.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Good to know. Is that annoying for the user on the stream? Thought I'd break your ears.
Yeah. So that's how it works.
Alright, well, sweet.
You can
That
either
means...
use just the base ID or you can use the full block state.
Alright. Perfect. Well, now we know it works. So now it'll just be me sitting here, going through everything, converting them over. And you'll be chatting with Bran hopefully tomorrow to start an MCMMO. And if you're not starting him tomorrow, then get going on that other mod one, I guess. That mob grinding one.
So where the block state will become important is when you start doing, like, the different variants of logs. Right?
Well, I'll just be doing them all at once. All of them. Oh, but you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right for Lumberjack, you're right. Because it's gonna... I'll have to actually... For, like, Miner 1, I'll be restricting them all but Oak. So I'm actually gonna have to put a code in for each individual one.
Yeah.
But I should... I think in our... I can go ahead and close this out because we're done. I think if we... In the permission file, I think we did it that way anyway. In the old permission.
We did.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Yeah, so I should notice when that happens. Alright, so let's go ahead and push this out. Git, add, git status, what we got here. Looks about right. Commit this. There we go. Alright, good night, Crazed Heroes. I think I'm going to be wrapping up this stream as well. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I had a great time. We got some more work done. It does, but unlike hurricanes, it doesn't tend to be more than one winter storm going on at a time. Trixon, that's the thing. The reason we do that for hurricanes is because you can have multiple hurricanes going on in the same basin and then several around the world at once. But winter storms, not as much. We got cows. That's from Twister. Oh yeah, I remember Stupid Duck. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Trixon. Yeah, I felt really sick last night, but I took some NyQuil and slept for 10 hours and didn't do anything today, and I feel much better this evening, so go get some rest. All right, getting trippy now. All right, good night, guys. Bye. See ya.